So, at the Etihad today, it was a very unfamiliar feeling walking away from the stadium. It finished Man City 2, Crystal Palace 3. I think a scoreline that few people would have predicted before a ball was kicked. Where did it all go wrong? Let's talk about it. Yes, welcome to the match reaction from today's game at the Etihad. Guys, if you do enjoy this video, before we do get fully stuck into things, don't forget to leave a big thumbs up on it. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comment section and what exactly did go wrong. If you're a Palace fan watching this, what exactly you thought went right. And subscribe if you're new to the channel as well, guys. And I don't really know where to kick things off. Like I said, it's not very often you'll see a reaction video from me. With how good we've been over the last, 18, 24 months in a really disappointed but frustrated mood. These videos like this are few and far between, and it's probably going to get a little bit ranty, so hopefully guys you do enjoy this, and rant down in the comment section down below as well. Let me know your thoughts. Like I say, I think the natural place to start with all these reaction videos, the place where we tend to kick things off, is with the lineups. And it's difficult for City right now. We're blessed with this amazing squad that we've got, tons and tons of talent, but today, the way the team's kicked off, we were missing, I would say, 4, arguably 5 key players. And I think no matter what team you are, no matter how great your squad depth is, no matter what position your club is in, you can be missing 2 or 3 key players and you're going to notice the difference, never mind 5. I mean, today, the way we lined up, we had Edison in between the sticks. Defence, the way we ended up, when the teams were on the pitch, it ended up being Kyle Walker at right back, Laporte in at centre-back, Laporte in at centre-back with Otamendi partnering him, Delphin at left back, and then John Stones playing in his CDM position. So 5 defenders on the pitch naturally, but John Stones playing in CDM. I mean, it's strange saying that really, because Delphin, of course, naturally you might say is a midfielder, but for the last 2 years he's played defensively at left back. Ahead of those players, we had leading the line Jesus, Sterling, Sane, an attacking trio that I really like. Usually they do bits. I think we think they bring great energy. Didn't quite happen for those guys today. And then in front of Stones in the midfield, we had Ilkay Gundogan and Bernardo Silva. So a team that, when I saw the lineup, I think about on Twitter, it was a little bit unusual. But Palace at home, no disrespect to Palace, obviously I thought we'd still be able to get the job done. That wasn't the case. I think the biggest thing when you saw the Palace lineup was that Wilfried Zaha was starting. I thought if Palace were going to cause any damage, it was going to be coming through him. He didn't have an incredible game, and Palace still came away with the win. So credit to Palace for pulling through the way they did. And like I said, we're missing a few key players at the moment. When you consider where the first half kicked off, we have no Fernandinho on the pitch, no De Bruyne on the pitch, no Aguero on the pitch, no David Silva on the pitch, no Mendy on the pitch. It's pretty crazy right now, When you look at David Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Aguero and Fernandinho, they are core players to the way we play. And I really do think we miss it. When David Silva's been out and De Bruyne's been on the pitch, it narrows down the loss of him a little bit, and vice versa. When De Bruyne's been out and David Silva's coming, he can carry that mantle a little bit. But when you think that both of those guys are missing, that's a huge blow, particularly when you think Fernandinho's not in there as well. That's like our whole central midfield has been absolutely taken away from us. And although Gundogan can be hot and cold sometimes as well, sometimes just badly, he didn't have an amazing game today, despite the fact he grabbed a goal. And I just think we're missing too much of the core squad today, and that is what I think is a big factor in why it didn't work. Talking about the way the game played out, I mean, it started off, it was strange, because walking into the stadium before a ball had even been kicked, I had a bad feeling about the game. This was before the lineups had come out, this was before anything. I actually thought we were going to draw the game. I just had one of those feelings where I was like, you know what, we weren't amazing against Leicester. A lot of games coming thick and fast. We knew there was going to be some of our key men missing, obviously, as well. Potentially De Bruyne and Aguero could have started, but they didn't. But I just had a bit of a bad feeling going into the stadium. It's strange how you get that sometimes, but that's just how I felt. And when the game kicked off, we were a bit slow, weren't quite at it. We were seeing a lot of the ball, but not doing a lot with it. But we did take the lead. Gundogan nodded in. A nice ball in from Delph, who saw a lot of the ball in the first half. Fabian Delph didn't do enough with it, really. I mean, this was the one time where he picked out a good ball into the box. Gundogan nodded in. And I thought, you know what? We've not been great, but we've got the goal. We're going to kick on from here. But what happened after that was a crazy 5 minutes where Palace firstly equalised through a nice goal from Schlupp. There's a few people at the stadium, admittedly I've not seen this back yet on a replay or anything, saying that they thought that Edison could have done better. I don't think you can put too much blame on him. It was a decent strike from what I could see, and yeah, not too much blame. I think there's a little bit of a lucky break. Zaha got it down the bottom. He kind of lost control of the ball, but it ended up falling to his teammate, if I remember correctly, and edge of the box, got hammered in. But that made it 1-1. At that point, you're thinking, fine, we can bounce back. We're good enough. We've been here before. Bournemouth equalised just before half-time. We kicked on in the second half. But then, what went down was an absolute wonder goal from Andros Townsend. One of the best goals I've ever seen us concede, in fact, at the Etihad. When I think back to some of the goals that I've seen us concede in the past, I'm talking the Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank worldie for Middlesbrough back in the day. That Townsend goal was up there. If you've not seen it, I'd highly recommend you give it a watch. It was a volley from about 30 yards out on his left foot. Ederson stood no chance, and that put them 2-1 into the lead. That was a big blow. Got into half-time, still 2-1 down. You think, you know what? Get that goal back, kick on, get the win. Just didn't happen. They got a penalty given away by Kyle Walker, who had an awful game. Probably the worst game I've seen him have in a City shirt. He was absolutely horrendous today. And, De Bruyne and Aguero came on. We got the subs on, tried to pull the game back. De Bruyne got back with what was basically a cross-come shot. Nothing more than that. A little bit lucky. But we just never really got going. It was a really stale performance. One of the worst games I've seen us play in quite some time, especially at home, where we're usually so resolute. And we just never fully got going. And, I put that down to the core team being missing. A lot of games coming thick and fast right now. Players playing at a position like Stones. So, he did okay against Leicester in the week, but wasn't able to replicate that today. I don't think he was particularly at fault, but the ball coming to the midfield was just a little bit too slow. You look at Stones, not naturally in that position. Gundogan, I think, naturally plays at a bit of a slower pace as well compared to De Bruyne and David Silva. Bernardo had a poor game. I mean, the pattern of the game felt like we were getting the ball out wide, crossing it in, and it was being nodded out. And the quality of the crosses just weren't good enough. I know we got one goal from Gundogan with a cross, but overall, Palace were just loving it. They were just nodding the balls out for fun and held on for the 3-2 win in the end. We got a bit of pressure at the end when we got that second goal where you thought maybe it was going to be another great City comeback, the likes of which we've seen a lot of in the last few years, but wasn't to be, and Palace held on. And to be fair, although they didn't do too much as an attacking force, Palace, they were clinical, scored a couple of great goals, and they dug in and defended really well. Like I said, the balls coming into the box, dealt with them all day long, and fair play, can only give them credit. I mean, especially Townsend, for that second goal was absolutely outrageous, but just didn't quite happen. And there's not much more I can say other than that. Like I said, Walker was absolutely awful in my opinion, but I think looking forward, we just need to get those core players back in the team. Fernandinho, De Bruyne and David Silva, if we can get them. I mean, when was the last time those three played in a team together? It's been so long, and obviously as it stands now as well, Liverpool 4 points clear. We've got them coming up at the start of January. There's a long way to go. It's by no means the case that the league's gone or anything like that, but it's that time of the season now where the games are coming thick and fast, so we need to dust ourselves down, bring in a win in the next game, and make sure we get back on track. But that is going to end off this video, guys. A bit of a short one, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on the game in the comment section down below. What you thought happened, where you thought it all went wrong, essentially, and what would you change in the next game? Like I say, for me, it's just a matter of getting those key core players all back in together to make sure we're as strong as possible. I know right now that's not easy because we've got the injuries, but you can't go into a game having Fernandinho, De Bruyne and David Silva not in that team and expect us to play to our full potential, especially when you factor in the no Aguero and stuff as well. So that's what it comes down to for me. That's going to end off the video, guys. If you did enjoy it, make sure to leave a big thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, like I said. And yeah, I'll speak to you all next time, guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Nidge out.